So in a previous video, I restored this Marlin 336. It's a 1971 model, and it was pretty banged up when I got it. But I re-blued everything, refinished the stocks, replaced some components here and there, and it turned out pretty good. And it's pretty accurate. It's a 30-30 caliber, and I just use regular, Federal power shocks or the Remington core locks. And it's funny, I see some videos out there that some guys are saying, the 30-30 is dead. Well, it's definitely not dead. And it's actually one of my favorite rounds for where I go deer hunting. I just got back from a trip to East Texas, and that's where we have our land. We do all our deer hunting out there. Very thick stuff at this point in time. So if you're wondering what a Marlin or a Winchester lever action 30-30 brush gun, if you're wondering what they're really good for, well, let me show you. So I'm out here in East Texas. If you remember, I restored a 30-30, and you can see the countryside back here. Here's the rifle. It's looking pretty good. It feels good and fairly accurate. But let me go over here and we'll take a look at that target. It's about 35, maybe 40 yards away. More like 35, but let's go take a look. And I think this is what's ideal for a brush gun, a 30-30, and that's why I use it out here. It's not really long-range shots. We're only looking maybe 30-40 yards where it starts getting thicker there. And once you get in the thicket, get to your deer stand and walk around, you clear off a spot, and you might have 25-30 yards to get a good clean shot. And that's great for 30-30 is a brush gun. We come out here with bows also. Yeah, you see one stand over there, and that's just covering that big open area. So we got about a 50 yards right there for a good clean shot. But I took it, and there's the target I tested on. And this is about 35 yards, maybe 40 yards from the table up there. And just shooting on iron sights only. And you see it's just slightly high to the right, but given that I had zeroed in at 50 yards at the range, and I think, well, that's about right. It's just shooting a little right, but you can see that's a pretty tight pattern there. So if you're wondering what a 30-30 is good for, well, this is it. You can see where I'm driving through here. This was freshly mowed or bush hogged, so that I'm trying to clear out this old road again. Got to take it easy. It doesn't look like it's too wet, but I'm just driving a two-wheel drive Suburban, so I don't want to get stuck. But you can see how thick it is out there, right? Pretty thick stuff. Come back through here, I'm sure I'll be either my Mountaineer four-wheel drive or maybe a Jeep, but we have some four-wheelers getting ready, but this is the thick stuff that we're dealing with. So Crouching down, you can see how tight that brush is. And these are some pretty young trees, you know. This was freshly cut, 5 years ago or so. But when they get big and mature, it's pretty nice out here. The trees are bigger. The brush it's still heavy, but cleared out a little bit. But you can see, digging through there, you'll be lucky to get, 40 yards max. I mean, most of these shots are 25, 30 yards, having to peek through there and make sure you get a good shot at a deer. Longest shots we'll take, say, if we're looking back up the road, back this way, or as we follow down. This is pretty typical where we put a deer stand, but there, yeah, we might have a 75, maybe 100 yards max. So if you're an avid deer hunter, or even for hogs out here, and you're hunting in thick stuff like this is Pawnee woods with very thick undergrowth, this is perfect for a 30-30. I mean, your shots aren't going to be 30, 40 yards, 50 yards max. But this gun it's short, easily handled. It's iron sights. You can just pop over and get something beaded in really quick. So this is ideal terrain for a 30-30. If you're wondering what a brush gun is good for, this is it.